we are going to be talking about Passportal.
Fancy
Some of
name.
you guys may know what this is. Others might be hearing that word for the first time. So we're going to walk you through what it is, how it works, some tips and tricks that you can use to better your experience using it.
So let me go ahead and share out my screen so you can see what this product looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Passportal. This is a demo account that I have created. So just to give a little background about how when we share it out to our clients, what does it look like?
Mm-hmm.
So this view right here is what it looks like if you're an admin.
Yeah.
So this is an admin view. Not everybody's would look the same.
Mm-hmm.
I have user management in my list, access controls, reports, and settings. Now, if you're not an admin, it will look like this. If I grab the screen, there we go. Can you see that, Kaylee?
I can.
Okay, so it'll look like this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is now you see my vault, company vault, and just settings.
Yes.
So it's simpler, and you don't have the user management.
Mm-hmm.
So when we share out Passportal to our clients that are full service, now if you're not a full service client, you can get Passportal through us, but it's a charge. It's just kind of a perk of why you want to go full service with us. So when you have Passportal, let's kind of break through kind of the differences. But the first thing that I do want to mention is we don't have access to your container.
Yeah.
It's
yours.
It's yours. So we can work through that with you and we can help you manage it. So if you're like, hey, look, I need to create some folders and some permissions and securities. When we go to set up somebody for Passportal, the first thing that we do is we have a kind of an onboarding meeting and we go through with the main admin people and we set up the security. You really have to only do that once. And then after that, it's just adding and removing users. And that's pretty much it. And then just showing people how to use it. It's pretty straightforward. So from the management and the admin's perspective, this kind of stuff you really don't mess with very often, and we will assist you with doing that. So the purpose of this call really is to kind of help you understand why you need this product, why it's important to have, and then I just want to go over the day-to-day use of it. I'm not going to show you how to admin it. We will help you with that.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. Don't be like, oh, there's another way more complicated thing that I have to worry about. Nope.
Right.
We got your back.
Yep.
So let me go over the different things in Passportal and what they do so you can kind of understand what this is. All right, first off, the My Vault. What do you think that's for, Kaylee?
So that's your personal stuff.
All right. So can I see your personal passwords?
No, you can't see mine. I can't see yours.
Right. Now, if I was an admin, could I see your vault?
I don't think so.
No, I can't. Yeah, as an admin, I can't see anyone else's stuff.
Yeah.
That's good, and that can be bad. So maybe you throw some stuff in there that's really important in your vault, and you don't remember your password. You don't know your secret password, and you don't know any of the hints that you've given.
Right.
I can't log in to see it. So when you start using Passportal, one of the things that's really important is you need to take it serious. You need to make sure you remember your password, use a password that is complex, that's not easy, but it's one that you can remember, and it's not one that you've ever used anywhere else. And then make sure you remember it. Because we can't, we can't like force our way in to help you.
Yeah. And you, again, there are other ways to store your passwords that we can get to if you would rather do it that way. But this is just for passwords you want to keep to yourself and you don't want anybody else having access to.
Right. And we can reset your account. Well, it'll reissue you like, hey, I need to do your password. So I mean, not all is lost, but we can't like get in for you. We'll have to reset it.
It's not as easy as you would think.
Okay, so this is what My Vault is. So My Vault is your personal vault to save your passwords. So this is stuff that you want to save that you have no intention of wanting to share to someone else. The company vault is the vault that is for the organization that you're going to collaborate and share across that. And you can set up security and permissions on it so that not everyone has access to everything. So let's say, for example, in this case, I'm an admin, and I set up an admin folder, a marketing folder, and a sales folder. And I have some people that log in to Passportal, and they're in those different buckets, right? So Kaylee, can you share your screen? I'm going to stop sharing mine. And I'm, as you can see here, I can click on the admin and the marketing and the sales, and I can see the passwords that are listed underneath these folders.
Yes.
But Kaylee, on the other hand, if she were...
I cannot. But I am not, again, I'm not an admin.
Yeah. And she doesn't have the security permissions to those respective folders.
So I see them. I have access to marketing. But when I click on admin, this pops up.
So what does that mean? That means that you can create kind of a company organization to help structure things so that you allow people to have the passwords and access to the passwords that you need.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make it to where 5 people in the organization who are in the marketing department can access the marketing department folder, and they can add passwords to the marketing folder. And you can have it to where only some people have access to the marketing folder, but all they can do is view.
Yeah.
They can't change the passwords. So you have a lot of control over that. As you can kind of start to see, it starts to be really helpful. Like for managers, maybe you're in a construction and you have, let me go ahead and share my screen out again.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're in construction, right? And because I'm an admin, I can create a folder. I don't want to create it underneath the sales folder. I want to create it up here.
New folder.
Do new folder. And let's say, maintenance. How do you spell maintenance? M-A-N.
Maintenance. This is when the right
check
click comes in handy.
It failed me.
No, you can do maintenance. It just says maintenance.
Okay, well, anyhow. Let's say I create a maintenance folder and I created a maintenance
point.
here. Yeah, you get the point. So what I could do is maybe under the maintenance department, you have specific websites for parts and supplies and things that you need to be able to log in to source and get that information. And you want, and maybe it's 3 or 4 people in your organization that have that website passwords. You may want to go ahead and create a folder and put your information for your organization in there, and then those specific people then can collaborate on it. Now, I would not put passwords underneath the root here because anyone can see them. Mm-hmm. Now, they may not be able to open them and view the passwords based on the security you assign, but they'll still see it, which is kind of like, wah, wah, wah. Unless it's like stuff that you want everybody to see.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't give access to Passportal for everyone in your whole entire organization, per se. I would just give the people that you know that need to collaboratively work on passwords. That your managers, specific departments. There's people like in social media, like maybe your marketing department, or maybe your if you're at a church and you have your video audio team. You have different workstations. Maybe it's a kiosk that multiple staff kind of work in and use and collaborate on. So you may want to have a folder for that, for those specific machines, because perhaps you want to change the password. Maybe too many people start to know the password that you want to change. And you could put stuff here under the default that everybody could see. Like maybe it's the guest Wi-Fi for the organization of the company. You may want to
you get so many questions that now no one will need to ask you 30 times what the password is. It's a lot more efficient too when it comes to your work environment.
So this is the website that you would go to, and then you would have your username and password that you would log in.
Can you show real quick your actions too before we open for questions, like the actions part of it? Where you can see the password and explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so let's say that I'm in the admin department and I want to create a new password.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to hit new here. And then what I would do is, this is the folder. I get to pick the folder that's going to be in here.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say that it's not based on my email. Let's just say it's based on just the username that
A
you assign.
username. Yeah.
You just say, okay, well, it's Bigera. You may say, well, it's case sensitive. So I want to make sure that I do it like that. And you may want to put in here, username.
Yeah, that's a great thing too, how it has notes if you need to steer yourself in the right direction.
I suck at spelling. Okay. God, it's a miracle ever. Okay, now this is kind of cool. So right here, let's say that you're creating a new password for what you're doing. This is beautiful because if you hit this button, it's going to generate a password.
Creates one. It's so cool.
That's complex. That
you don't even have to come up with it.
Yeah, you don't have to remember it. So, and then I can, if I hit show it to me, see, this is what it generated. If I hit, see, I can just
keep changing
it to whatever, and it'll change the complexity and the length of it. And
yeah.
I mean, it'll meet the same complexity requirement, but you can kind of see how it randomly generates it. Then you would put the description in here. You could say, this might be my Yahoo email password. The description is really important. So when you're doing searches for the password, which I'll show you how you can do that in a second, you want to have a description that makes it easy for you to do the search for it.
Yeah.
And then the URL.
You could have like the link to it.
And you don't have to remember it. I'll show you how you can just generate one based off of it.
Yeah, but it's so cool that like it has the eye icon, so you don't even have to see fully what your password is.
Right, and what she means by that is under the action. So let's say that I was going to Yahoo, right, mail.yahoo to log in, and I need to put in the user. I don't remember what my username is. I can come I log into Passportal, and I hit this action section here, and I just say copy username.
It's so cool, and it copies it directly to your clipboard.
Paste it right there, and then it's like, okay, what's the password? So then I copy the password.
Yeah.
And let's say I hit next here.
And it works because it's a real one.
Yeah, I'll do this one. And then I paste the password right in there and paste it here.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to, like Kaylee said, I don't have to even see it. I just went under here, hit this, and say copy password.
Yeah. That's for the people that have fear of someone watching their computer.
Right.
You don't even have to pull it up. You're helping somebody out. You just copy it and paste it.
And then you can also go straight to the URL directly. So if you have saved it under there with the URL and everything, it'll just take you there almost like a favorites in your web browser, and it'll just take you straight to the website, log in with the username and password, put that information in for you automatically, and you can try to log in. So really, really cool. Yes. One of the other features too is you like, okay, well, I changed my password. I need to change it in here. Okay. So then what you would do is you would say, okay, I want to show it, and then I can change the password to something different.
Yeah.
Yahoo forced you to change your password. So you could then redo it, and now here's the new password. And then I would hit save. And now I have edited the password for that Yahoo. And that's all well and good.
Someone asked, when copying the password, is it leaving it on the Windows clipboard?
Yes, it leaves it there. So if you later on were coming over here to this website and I hit paste, see, there's the password.
Yeah.
It does. Yep.
But now to get rid of that, you could just copy something else.
Yeah.
Too.
Control C. Now it's gone.
Yeah. That's a great question.
Yeah.
And do you want to just for 1 minute show what that little icon on your top right is? It keeps popping up.
Yeah, just a second. So one thing that I do want to show here too is, let's say that I change the password and you screwed up in your password change. And you're like, oh snap, what was the password that I had previously? So under here, you have show password history. You can check this, and then it'll say, oh, here's what the password was at this time.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
That's
you can,
really cool.
so you say, show me what that password was. Oh, okay, yeah. Woo, that's what the password was. When I was trying to do it, it said I didn't paste it right, and then I hit next, and then I had to start over with the password, and now I needed to know what the old one was.
Yeah.
If you went in and you changed it under Passportal and you forgot that you did that, or I've done this before where I've gone in and I have changed the password in Passportal first, and then I went into the other website and the website like screwed up with my password change, and then it's like, well, what was your original again? I'm like, oh no, I don't know what it is. I've already changed it inside Passportal. Never fear, you can just use the show history and you can see what it is. Very helpful.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So that's a nice feature. So now we talked about security. We've talked about how we can set up folders. You can come in here and you can hit the little tilde there, and then you can go copy or do that. You can view the password if you just want to see it here, and then go in and you can edit it. You can click the URL. It'll take you straight to the website. Those are all really, really good. The description, like I was talking about, that's where if you come up here and you say Yahoo, it goes, oh,
It'll pop up.
here are two things that have the Yahoo for you. And you're like, oh, great, I want this one. So having a good description is helpful for you to be able to find those passwords.
Feel free to continue to ask questions while we're going through this.
So now kind of what Kaylee's saying here is this guy here. So using the website to do your passwords is pretty straightforward and simple, and it's easy to do. You just log into the website and you put in your password information in the appropriate folders that you want to save. If you want to put it under your My Vault, you would go here, and then you would, if you want to create a new folder for your My Vault to organize things, you can do that, or you can just straight do the search, and it will search both the company and the My Vault as you're doing that. As you saw in here, it showed the Pinterest one under my Vault, not just the company, which is nice. So also one of the things too that you may have noticed is when I was coming here, see where this is, hey, would you like me to save these credentials? It looks like you're putting some passwords in. So you can put this, what's called an extension, in your browser. What is an extension? So an extension is like a little miniature app that you can install in your web browser that sits there, and it's, as you're going and logging into websites, it'll go, hey, did you want me to save this under my password, my vault? Or would you like me to save this under the Axiom demo under the corporate, right? So what's nice about that is, let's say that I logged in here to my Yahoo, and it forced me to change the password right then. It would go, hey, I noticed your password's changed. Would you like me to save that under Passportal? And you'd be like, that's a great idea. Let's do that right now. And you would say yes. Also, I saved one under Pinterest. Here, and you see it's got an increment of 1 there. So wanting to talk to me.
That IKEA meme is funny. Sorry.
So yeah, this was just we're trying to come up with a funny website to do. So I created a Pinterest account just for this. I do not use Pinterest. Please don't think I do. It's not that anything wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with Pinterest.
I'm not into it.
I am.
Yeah, but Kaylee is. But it's telling you, hey, this website you're going to, I've got a password saved for it. So that's really helpful, right? So let me log out of this website, and then you can kind of see what it would look like, how you could use it. See, this little guy's like,
so cool.
Yeah, this little guy, because you have this plugin, it's like, oh.
It's like, wait a second.
You just click it, and it goes, hey, do you want me to put that password in there? And you're like, yeah, let's do that. Notice, I don't know what the password is right now.
Yeah, it's like extra secure because you don't even know.
Yeah, and it
doesn't even show on your screen, which is so cool.
And then boop, goes in.
let's see, we got another. What happens when someone leaves the company? Does Passportal provide a list of the passwords? Does Passportal update all passwords? That person is authorized for the company bucket. Good question.
Great
So what would that
question.
process look like?
Yes. So there's a cool feature in Passportal. I won't show you because we're kind of running a little bit low on time, but I just want you to show, I want to just kind of give you guys a taste of the concept.
Yeah.
Anyone that does, that does their company decides to go with Passportal, we'll do a Zoom training for your whole organization as well, just so you kind of get up to speed. I just wanted to wet your whistle a little bit about how it kind of functions and looks, so you can kind of see the benefit and talk with your people and say, hey, look, we really need to get this, because we highly recommend it. So under the reports section for your admins, you can come in and you can go like, hey, I want to see password complexity. Here's the report that I think he or she, I'm not sure who it was that asked the question,
It's
is really
Greg,
good.
yeah.
So you may say, well, what are all the passwords that Joe knows, that he has seen? And you can run this report and it'll say, okay, Joe has seen 6 different passwords inside Passportal. Those are the 6 that I'm going to change because he has physically gone in and looked at them. He's hit the little eye icon and he's now seen them.
Yes.
So then you're like, okay, well, I don't have to change every password in my organization.
Now you know.
Now you know. Now, that is predicated on this one specific detail. Everybody is playing by the rules in your password management. And what I mean by that is if only 4 people in the organization ever really use Passportal to save passwords that are critical like that, and then everybody else knows everybody else's passwords, even the ones you put in Passportal, it kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Right, exactly.
So you really do need to, once you adopt it as an organization, really embrace it as a company, because once you do, these powerful things really come into bear. You can be like, okay, well, and let me just tell you how we use it as an organization. If I hire a new person, I have different tiers that allow them access to specific kinds of passwords for my clients. So from a training perspective, I don't have to give any new person in my organization keys to all the kingdom in my organization and all my clients. They only have a very small subset when they're first going into training. So I'll set up a Passportal account for them, and they will have specific access to some passwords that are really just more for management for us. And then once I start to increase in that trust level, I move them up into tiers, which then allows them to have access to different things. If they leave the organization, I can run that report and see what passwords they know for who and change them. So I don't have to go to the whole company in all of my companies for all of my organizations and change all of their passwords, for like their firewalls and routers and everything, which is a huge pain, because this allows me to track that. So it cuts down, it increases accountability, increases security, and it reduces my exposure in those things. But this is, again, all kind of leaning on the fact that people need to play by the rules as far as how they're doing the password management.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just realized that Brian said he was judging you so hard for the Pinterest thing.
Rightfully so. But I picked like funny ones, at least.
Also, Brian said, how does this work with saving passwords for client-side programs?
So yes, you can you can create specific folders for those specific clients and save that information in there and give access to those. As far as in allowing clients, is he referring to like our clients or
that's
his
what
clients?
I was. Yeah. What are you referring to? Our side, Brian, or your side working with people outside of your organization? You can just type it in the chat. Windows programs is what he said.
Yeah, so what you would want to do is create folders and structures to organize it based on the security that you want to have for those specific people. And then you can either put it by hand or as you go to the website, like when I went to go in, it says, hey, look, I want to save this password, and I'll put the link and everything in there. For those that are admins or management staff in your organization, one of the things that we can do is we can share the passwords that we have for you to you. So we can share it and help you put them in like your admin section. So you can then know all the copier passwords. And if an engineer goes out on site and changes it because of requirement or something that they're dealing with, you will always have the accurate passwords for your organization because we will
Right.
share them with you and you will have it. It's another
Right.
wonderful perk to have that. So you're like, what's the server password for this? There you go.
Yeah.
It's just go to Passportal. It's in there for you.
Yeah.
We don't
That's
share
definitely-
our passwords, but we do share all of like the admin passwords for anything that you guys have in your organization. We start sharing all those out to you and then put them and help you get them all organized. It's about the plugin, which is also very helpful, is let's say that I was going to a new website, right? And I wanted to go ahead and create a password right away for this website. You can come under, you can click the little icon here, and you can say, hey, look, I want to go ahead and generate a new password right now, and I'm just going to fill out this information. And I can pick what folder it's going to go into. I can pick it to go into my vault, right here, my passwords, or I can save it to the company, right? And
Right.
if I save it to the company here, now I can pick the folder underneath. So I'm picking the vault here. So this would be the company one, the Axiom demo. I could pick my passwords though, and then I would see the folders under my vault. I don't have any folders underneath my vault, but if you did, they would show up.
Yeah. Just like an easy way to get it going.
And then you could save it, and you can also do searches. So I can do a search here. I can say Yahoo, right? So that's any websites with Yahoo. I do here. Maybe I have to sync it. I think this is out of date. There.
Oh, there. It was like freaking out for a second. I was like,
yeah,
what?
you like sometimes if you just boot your computer up, it's supposed to sync in the background, but if it's not like finding it, you just hit this little guy and it kind of goes, hey, go make sure we have the latest and greatest of everything.
Yeah, load it up.
And so that's what it was doing.
Yeah.
So then I can go grab that and notice I don't have to say, let me go edit the password. Let me go look at the password. Many of the passwords, and this is what's beautiful about it, when my engineers are working with clients and they're hopping onto machines and doing things, many times when they're remoting into them, they don't even see and know the passwords for the routers and the servers and things, because they just copy and paste it right in, and it will just put the information straight in, right? So when you do your username and password on your workstation, it just puts it in obfuscated, just ... So I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
And paste it and go in, and I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. It's much more secure for you too.
Yeah. And now this frees me up to not use the same password across the board in my whole organization.
And you don't have to feel like you have to keep track of every single password you make up of, because all you have to do is copy and paste it from there. So
now in the demo account, we do not have two-factor authentication turned on.
Yeah.
We highly recommend, if you're using Passportal, that you use two-factor authentication.
Yes.
What does that mean? That means that when you go to log in, if I go to log into our Passportal site, it prompts me on my watch to say, hey, someone's logging into Passportal. Is that cool?
Yeah. Do you want to accept it? And you have to say decline or accept.
Right. So in this demo, I just didn't want to go through that process, but you can turn on two-factor authentication for those specific accounts.
You guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Bye.